It is youth intake day, and it is frustratingly good. And I mean that in the worst way possible. We've got a couple of really good candidates. The first being Noah Dupoisson. I'm totally mangling that. But then again, I'm also a little bit drunk on cough syrup. So, take that for what it's worth. He is a 1-star current, 5-star potential defensive winger who can also play advanced mid and striker. 5'11", he's kind of slight. He's already got some good technical skills. He's got decent natural fitness, balance, work rate, acceleration, pace. He's unambitious. He likes to round the keeper. He likes to come deep to get the ball. I think he'd be a very good attacking winger or an inside forward. It's this unambitious, which is just frustrating because if we go and look at my head of youth development, he's fairly professional, and he's been here since the start of the save. And he's good. I'm sure there are better out there, but it seems to me, I'm wondering if this very cautious has something to do with it. I don't think it does. I think that's a play. I think that's a mentality thing in terms of how he prefers to coach, but he's not coaching much. I mean, he's helping out on the youth team probably. But I would think for someone who's fairly professional, we wouldn't be getting all this unambitious stuff. Temperamental, casual, I mean, I'm going to sign Noah only because he's got a ton of potential. And if I can get him in a mentoring group and possibly work on that, then okay. Cho Jong-won comes from South Korea. He is, I believe, our first international youth player. And he has got a decent amount of potential too. The low determination is an absolute killer. I just noticed that, but we're going to sign him to a contract anyways. Ayub Shahad, winger on the left, also a striker. Interesting hairstyle. Not the best natural fitness, but he's young. He's got potential. We'll go ahead and sign him. We'll take a look at Walid Ben Hassin here and then move on to the rest. Getting a lot of wingers. 1 positioning. 2 strength. 5 stamina. I think I may... Well, when does my head of youth development back? Next year. I may just have to see who's out there. That's just what it's going to come down to. So we've got the game with Lens, and then we'll play Nice and Monaco. So let me get that out of the way. As you can see, things have not been going great. We're 2-3. The loss against Montpellier was a late loss. They got the winning goal in the 87th minute. We beat Nantes. We got our revenge on them on a penalty kick in the 93rd minute. But I'm going to count it because a win's a win. Lorient absolutely thumped us 3-0. This wasn't much of a game. Green did not have the best game. Emisevich did not have the best game. Against Reims, we beat them 3-1. Gus Till is quietly having a very solid season. 26 appearances, 11 goals, 4 assists. He's not a goal-scoring machine, but he's at least steady, and I think that's what I needed up top. And against Toulouse, we lost to Chaibi goal in the 17th minute. We just could not get anything done. The other thing that's happening is I've got enough players getting yellow cards now that they're missing games, which at this point in the season is really kind of annoying because we're not that far out of European places. I would like to try and get a European place. The club wants mid-table, if I remember correctly. They want us to avoid relegation. We've avoided relegation. I'm aiming a little bit higher. I should be happy with a mid-table finish, but I'm not. Because I have the sniffles, and I know it's coming across probably really bad, and I apologize for that. So we are going to get the game with Lens out of the way and come back for Nice and Monaco in just a bit. Well, this is certainly interesting news. I am not going to complain if a Tycoon... I am not going to complain if a Tycoon takes over the club. It just depends on how much money they're willing to throw at me to spend. So, if there is one frustrating thing about the tactic I am using, it is that we get results like this, where we dominate possession, we dominate passes, we have an XG of 1.36, we get no goals out of it, and we lose 2-0. Now, Lens is a fairly solid squad, but at the same time, I really do like this formation. I really do. It's been a revelation for me this year in terms of how the game is played and paying more attention to details and things like that. It's just results like that are really, really annoying. So today we've got Nice, and we're going to turn around and play Monaco in a week. Have we had any more injuries? Ristic is... I think I talked about... No, we had Haskadunic go out with a hip injury. Ristic went out with a lower back stretch fracture. So, fun times there. And because the under-19s play today, I really don't have a ton of depth. So what we're going with is Green and goal, Mimicevic and Tuanzebe as the defensive backs, Alvarez and Mendez as the wing backs, Basic as the defensive mid, Herrera and Blanco as the midfielders, Plata and Badui up top as the attacking mids, and Till as the striker. Why is Blanco unhappy? Playing a weak role. I do not remember promising him anything. One of the quirks in the game, I guess. I mean, he wants to be... He's a central mid, he's a Carolero, he's a box-to-box, he's a good Mazzala, and he's a good deep-line playmaker. I don't know. I've never seen this before. Have you seen this playing a weak role? Is he upset because he's not being a defensive mid? No, first highlight, Despotov. Centers it to the board. He gets it back to Despotov. Pushing forward, cuts inside. Green, a very nice save. Mimicevic back to Green. He bombs it forward towards no one particular in the highlight ends, of course. Diop from distance. It's over the board. Off the wall. Bakayoko's there, off the post. Tuanzebe clears it. Archer and Plata sends it in. Tuanzebe can't get ahead on the board. Driving forward. It's literally 1 against 4, and the 1 is winning. Gets it back to Despotov. Despotov. Pass was a bit too ambitious. Tuanzebe, Blanco, Herrera, Basic. To Alvarez. Plata. Herrera, Alvarez. Basic, to Alvarez. Mimicevic. Basic, Blanco. Is possessed. Milner. Over to Despotov. Nice tackle. Except I didn't hear a whistle. The whistle is obviously turned off. Son of a gun. No penalty. Nice. One-time VAR's in our favor. Okay. Good grief. I tried firing the guys up and they're all upset. Tuanzebe. Mendez. Back to Tuanzebe. Over to Basic. Tuanzebe. Basic. Long pass across the field. Alvarez stops it from going out of bounds. Gets it to Mimicevic. Herrera. Back to Basic. Herrera. Basic. Mimicevic. Herrera. Basic. Mimicevic. Blanco. Blanco. Out to Plata on the left. Inside, outside. Hits it too far. Bustos recovers. Diop. Inside, outside. And Laborde scores. Debo. Bakayoko. Barkley. Laborde. Oh. Oh, I thought Despotov was going to get it there for a minute. Someone's injured. Who's injured? Really? Let me check it. Oh, let me check that out after this. Basic. Blanco. Out to Mendez. All alone on the right. Kicks it too far. Badui is there and he scores. Take a look. There's a foot injury. You know what? Should I take him off? Yeah. I'll bring him Ballad. Kickoff highlight. This is never usually a good thing. Tellez to Milner. Back to Bakayoko. Barkley. Nice ball movement by Nice. Debo. Barkley. To Bustos on the right. Pushes forward, holds it up, gets it back to Barkley. Was crossing in, Tuanzebe knocks it away, headed down. Barkley recovers. Crossed in, Labonde is there. Green stopped it, and then it got kicked out of bounds. I thought for a minute it was rolling over. Nice is doing a very good job this match. The fact we have won has been quite the gift, I would think. They've had 9 and 6. We've had 4 and 2. Mendez on the throw-in. Plata. Dispossessed. Milner to Barkley. Passes it up. Tuanzebe heads it down. Goes right to Diop. Of course it does. Feeds to... Jeez, if that had gone in, I would have been really upset. It's 65 minutes in here. Basic off. Bring on Kamara. I'm going to bring Till off and bring on Gonzalez. And we eke out a draw. An undeserved draw, probably, but a draw nonetheless. Lie through my teeth at the guys. That was a well-deserved draw. It really wasn't. Well, it's solid 10th place. Bruised ankle, 1 to 3 days. Okay, save the game here real quick. So we will be back for the match against Monaco in just a bit. Well, we had a good week of practices. That means no new injuries or no existing injuries that were exacerbated. That's the word I'm looking for. Blanco was still unhappy. I'm not quite sure why. Noos was unhappy because I didn't bring in a friend. I signed a friend. He's going to be here in July. We'll take a look at him next couple episodes when the transfer window starts. So this is what we got today. We got Green and Gold, Mendez and Ponzebe as the defensive backs, Alvarez and Palencia as the wing backs, Basic as the defensive mid behind Herrera and Blanco, Balad and Plata as the attacking mids, Till up top as the striker. And who does Morocco have? LeConte, Vanderson, Ta, Betty, Achille, Henrique, Fofana, Kamara, Volland, Golovin, Porta, and Ben Yedder. Okay. Balad back on the throne to Basic. Back and forth. He gets it back to Mendez. Mendez to Basic. Basic, Basic. I'm never going to pronounce the name the same way twice. It's just the way it is. Herrera lofts it towards Till, but too far. Balad gets it back, but it goes right to LeConte. Not the hugest crowd. I'm kind of surprised by that. I thought Monaco would have had more home fans. Volland, nice first touch. Golovin from distance. Just wide left. Screamer of a shot. 30 minutes in, not a lot going on. They've had 7 shots, 2 on target. We've had 1 and 0. We seem to be playing on our half. Dispossessed. Herrera. Blanco. Gives the ball away. What the hell? Green holding it up. Pa heads it down to Fofana. Fofana to Ben Yedder. Ben Yedder to Horta. Too hard. Palencia gets it back to Green. Mendez to Basic. Mendez. Basic. Blanco back to Twanzebe. Twanzebe. Palencia to Blanco. Blanco dispossessed. Ball end. I don't know what the heck is going on with Blanco. He's been playing like that the past couple games. I get that he's unhappy. It says he's being played in a weak position. I went back and looked. He wants to be a center mid. He is a center mid. Now, if this is one of those things where he's PO'd because he's a center mid on automatic and not a center mid on support, I'm going to have a problem with that. Because that would be some bull right there. Plata. Mendez off the crossbar. That wasn't a Mendez. A little past 60 minutes in, we're going to make a couple of changes here. We're going to bring Badouin on for Plata. Balad we're going to have to lead on. No, we're going to move Till back to there and bring on Gochoya. Save our last couple of substitutes. Porta from the corner. Knocked away. Ta's going to run it down. Porta sends it in again. Body Achille's there, and they get a second run. Is that his second goal of the season? That seems kind of off. What a thoroughly disappointing smackdown. Did I screw up on my subs? Is that why that looks like that? I probably did. 2 shots, not on target, despite a 64% possession advantage. We tend to play a lot of keep away, and I'm usually okay with that, but usually we're a lot better. They seem to lose focus. They're usually a lot better on the break. I don't know if it has to do with the fact that some of the guys are tired or some of the guys are just not into it anymore. Sorry, I got my phone going off here. But we're still in 10th place. I can't complain about that. We still have an outside chance at European football. Ristic is back to full training. That's good. All my loan players are doing well. Recruitment focuses are doing okay. The East Africa one I kind of expected. The North American one has actually turned out. I loaded all the countries, and so, of course, I get all the North American 2nd and 3rd division ones. This is not... Yeah, that is North America. No, that's North-South America. So it's all the Colombian players and things like that. These are the ones just outside my scouting range because I'm looking for people 23 and under. So, of course, these are the 24-year-olds who don't come close. But if they're a good price and potentially worth looking at, I will look at them. One steals the show. I'm going to send my assistant to that one, because that was a thoroughly humbling and humiliating experience. And why go in front of the press if you don't have to? So we are going to come back for the end of the season in Lyon. And then we'll do an end of season review, and we'll take a look at what we need to do next season, who we might lose, who we're going to keep. I am not happy with some of these players. And they're good players. They are inside their own head too darn much. So, that said, not the best episode, I realize, but if you did like what you've seen and heard, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content. Questions, criticisms, comments, leave those down below. I will answer those as fast as I can. My name is FM23, and I thank you very much for watching.